Hi, and welcome to the latest installment of my series of videos showing my romance novel collection. And these are the books that I've gotten since my previous video, and some of them I've gotten just yesterday. So these are the older ones that you see here, but we're going to start off talking about a newer book that I got, A Wolf in Duke's Clothing by Susanna Allen. I believe this is her first novel. I'm still in the process of reading this one. You can see my bookmark is in there. I'm about third way through, I guess. And this is published. This is a current book. It's published by Source Books Casablanca, which it should say there somewhere. There's the little S. Now here, if I can zoom in on that. The interesting thing about this one is, if it'll let us see that, it's a paranormal Regency romance. So it's sort of hybrid of a couple different genres, the paranormal romance as well as a Regency romance. It says Source Books Casablanca. This is a current book. This came out, it says 2021. It doesn't give me the month there. But if you go to your local store, big box retailer or bookstore, you'll find this book. And the reason I got it was just I thought it was interesting. The writing style is very the Goodreads reviews are kind of mixed because some people don't like the detailed writing style. It's sort of a deliberately old-fashioned type writing style, but I'm really enjoying it. So far, I'm going to give it a 4-star review. Now, one interesting there's the author right there, which is a pen name, I believe. One interesting thing is this book is 307 pages, but it's very thin. It doesn't seem 307 pages, like when you look at the thinness of it. And it has a nice matte texture on the paper, which is really nice. Now the cover price on this book is $8.99, but I managed to get it on sale for like $5.39. And since it was a newer book, a lot of times they go on sale. Now another book that I bought, this is an older book, but this is a hardcover, The Merchants of Venus, Inside Harlequin and the Empire of Romance by Paul Gresco. And this is a book that came out in, I think, 95 or 96. It's not a romance novel, but it's a history of the romance novel, and focusing on Harlequin and Mills and Boon. And let's see what year this was. 1996, it says. I got this on eBay for like $6. There's the Manatee, the first Harlequin book, and I just kind of skimmed through it so far, and there was lots of interesting facts. It says Harlequin Presents made its debut May 1973. Some of the facts may be mistaken. You have to be careful when going through books like this to judge that everything is correct. But there was a lot of information just from my skimming that I thought, oh, I'll have to make notes. So when I read the book, I'm going to have a notebook with me and a pen and make some notes about what the author says. Now, here's another hardcover book that I bought recently. This one I got for 25 cents yesterday at a library sale. There's Jane Ann Krentz. On her historical romance novels are written under the pen name Amanda Quick. And I've read one of her Amanda Quick books and enjoyed it. It was Dangerous was the name of it, from late 1993. And she has a very easy to read writing style. So it doesn't look like it's going to be bogged down with historical details. So I look forward to reading that. Now two other books that I got recently. I got these yesterday for 50 cents each at a Salvation Army thrift store. Were two books in the Sapphire Romance line. And they were both written by Helen Beaumont, because it says Helen Beaumont there, and this one says Jill Sanderson. But when you look inside, it Sapphire Romance. It's also Helen Beaumont, so there's a pen name. First published in Great Britain, 1981, by Hamlin Paperbacks, but it's printed in the U.S. by RCA Direct Marketing. And sometimes you'll see on the Sapphire Romance, they'll give a little book number, like number 62 or something like that, but this is probably an earlier one, so they don't have book numbers yet. But there's no UPCs, and I've talked about that before in a previous video, how I don't know if these were sold in stores or how exactly that worked, or if it was all mail order, because they have some mail order type stuff here. Well, it was RCA Direct Marketing. And one of these, though, well, it's probably not this one. Yeah, here it is, where there's the ad to sort of sign up for the Sapphire Romance line. Whisper to the Waves, which is that one right there, being one of the introductory books. Oh, and also Never Forget Me. So yeah, these were probably the two of the four introductory books. And another library had a bunch of paperbacks for 10 cents each. So here's a Harlequin Romance from 1982, Rancher's Bride. And they also had a whole bunch of Harlequin Intrigue from the 1980s, which I love these covers. They have these mystery type covers. This is book number 22 from 1985. Book number 56. Here's two more. Book number 66 by Joyce Porter. Book number 71. They weren't in the greatest condition. This one has a little crease on it. But on the other hand, it was not too bad. Now this one I purchased online recently from someone. Harlequin Intrigue 75. So if they changed the cover design so it has this white masthead sort of thing. And then these were two others that I got yesterday from the 10-cent library sale thing. So book number 99. Now, I already had Cat's Paw 2. I also have Cat's Paw 1 as well by Ann Stewart. I already have Cat's Paw 2, but this one looks like it's in better condition than my copy. I haven't compared them yet. Like I said, I just got this yesterday. So I'll be able to replace, and upgrade. And here were a couple more that I got for 10 cents each. The Trouble with Josh. I just like that cover. It's sort of a cowboy cover there. And then here's two Harlequin Presents. They're both by British writers. This is book 2781. Now this one is Harlequin Presents Extra, which you can see is book number 67 from August 2009. So this was sort of a supplemental line, Harlequin Presents Extra. So if you ever see that, that's what that's about. That's why it has a lower number. Okay, now continuing my collecting the Avon Romance series, or the ribbon romances, as they're sometimes called, because they have that ribbon in there. As I've talked about in previous videos, from 1982 to 1989, Avon Books had a line of, it started out being both historical and contemporary, but eventually it became just historical. And sort of competing, I guess, with Pocketbooks' Tapestry line. And eventually they phased it out because I guess there might be a little bit of a stigma against category lines as opposed to just doing them as single title books. But they did around 105 of these books, and they would come out like 2 a month. And so here are two of the early ones for 1983. Here's two more. Forever My Love and Passion's Torment. Two others here. Great little covers. Let's see if we can get that a little higher up. Oh. That's how they look. And finally these two. Now this one on the right, Hostage Heart by Eileen Newman, however her name is pronounced. She's actually better known as Lindsay McKenna, who is still writing popular books today. Usually known more for her military romances, instead being a pioneer of that genre. Now here's two more historicals that I got: The Highwayman's Lady, and Erin's Ecstasy. This was published by Berkeley Books. And let's see here, 1978. I love that cover. Erin's Ecstasy by Sylvie Summerfield. That cover description. And this is published by Zebra Books for 1980. And I have another Zebra Books historical romance here, as it says on the side. The Captain's Vixen. I actually got this yesterday out of the free box at my local library. In 1980. It looks like she's in love with the ship's captain. And I got this online. I bought this from an online seller from Pinnacle Books, which is also owned by Kensington, just like Zebra. Carousel. So a very detailed back cover description. And this is from 1990. June 1990. This one I got, I think, out of the 10-cent library sale yesterday. Lady of Sky. This is published by Sonnet Books, which was an imprint of Pocket Books. And I think it's like 2003 or something like that. See how it says Sonnet Books. 2001. So that's interesting. I think this is the only Sonnet book that I have. And finally, we have some non-romance books here. Give Me Time. I bought this for 50 cents at a Value World yesterday by Linnea A. Dew. Now, the funny thing is there's not... This looks like one of those bestseller type books. It almost looks like a movie thing, but I think these are just cover models. And this came out from Berkeley Books, 1980. Well, it originally came out in 85, but this edition is from 1987. It looks like a bestseller type book, but there are no reviews of it on Goodreads. And the interesting thing is it has a lesbian theme to it. So apparently two of the characters have a lesbian relationship. And it takes place in the 1960s, into the 70s, and into the 80s. So it starts out in 1968. 6 months after Martin Luther King was shot, 4 months after Bobby, 6 days after the 1968 Democratic Convention, and so on. So it looks interesting. Sort of women's fiction, but sort of a pioneer of lesbian fiction as well. Now this I got at 10 cents at the library sale yesterday. It's a mystery novel by Veronica Stallwood. When I looked at the format, I was like, this looks like it's printed in England. And sure enough, it has the UK. Somehow you can just tell. You know, it's like published in Great Britain. You know, printed and bound in Great Britain, it says, from 1993. And this book I also got out of the free box, so I didn't have to pay anything for it. Long Arm, number 128. And this is a Western. It's part of a Western men's adventure series. Published by Jove Books. Which they ended them, this is from 1989. There's, if you want to read the first paragraph to give you a flavor of it. They ended these around the same time that Gold Eagle ended their Mac Bolan novels, as far as I know. So it's too bad that there are still Westerns, obviously, mass market paperbacks that you can get at the store. But this particular series, which, like I said, was book number 128, is no longer being published. Unless they're doing it independently as ebooks or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, so that's my look at the books that I've bought recently. Thanks for watching.